Hello, good evening, and it's Woody here, and I just wanted a little update about how things have gone. My last video was about my worry and my concern about my PSA result, which I had on Friday. It's always scary, isn't it? It's always scary when you've got something that, an MRI or a PET scan or some kind of scan where you're waiting for the result. It's always scary, and my thoughts have gone into overdrive, and I recognise that, probably overreacted a lot. And then I realised that actually roughly we spend about 50% of our lives worrying about stuff that we can't control, and most of it doesn't happen. So we experience these bad problems that actually don't happen. It's a really funny thing to think that we do spend so much time experiencing thoughts and feelings that will never happen. And that's what I did. I experienced the thought of the PSA rising, I experienced the feeling of it rising, and yet it didn't. And so I actually had a good result, and then I've had a really good weekend where I've been able to really enjoy family life and put all this to one side and really sort of pay attention to the good things in my life. And there are so many of them, and I'm so grateful for that. I use the words grateful and positive a lot in my videos, because I feel that cancer can easily take over. I believe it could easily take over your life, and you can just be focusing solely on cancer. And of course, if we listen to ourselves talking about cancer in our inner voice, it's not going to be good. Okay, because we're gonna focus on the negatives, because that's what we do. That's what our brain does. It's kind of like our natural response to things, is to look at the negative side of things so that we can deal with them rather than ignore them. But I think I'm learning lessons all the time. I'm learning how to deal with stuff, and I learned the value this last weekend of family, and I spent some time shopping with my daughters yesterday, and yeah, I realised how lucky I am to become aware of them that perhaps I weren't aware before. And I think where we pay attention is what we get. And when we get cancer, I think our attention is often centered on cancer. Everything about our life tunes in to cancer, which I suppose is completely understandable and normal. But then the things that are really important in our life get pushed to one side, because we're in this state where we're desperate to live. We're desperate to beat this illness, and so we get consumed by cancer, both inside and outside. So I think that the point I'm trying to make is that we need to put our attention on the attention that we have inside of us. That means we're focusing on something, generates energy, okay, and emotions, and good emotions, if we're focusing on good things. So we want to focus and bring good energy into our lives instead of the stuff that we're going down that dark path where we're starting to think about the bad stuff, like particularly what I was doing last week, focusing too much on having a bad result. And because cancer, when you have cancer, everything it revolves around tests and scans. And it's natural for us to feel negative, because we're going into another round of scans, another round of tests and blood tests. Okay. But I think what we have to realise is that these things are all playing their part in keeping us alive and able to experience the world in perhaps a way we never used to. And I had this wonderful weekend with my children and my wife, just doing nothing serious. Just gonna put my light on there. and went shopping, had some food. I had sushi for the first time yesterday. I've never tried it. I'm a vegan. Vegan sushi was absolutely lovely. Really, really nice. My daughter's really loves sushi. I thought, why not? I'll give it a go. But it was just spending quality time where my head was not on cancer. My head was not on anything except the pleasure I have of spending time with these two beautiful human beings my daughters are growing into. Okay, they're 12 and 15, and I'm really proud of them. And they give me this power, this belief, this unbreakable belief that all is going to be well at the end. You have to hang on to stuff. Now, if I go out and start focusing on little aches and pains, which, yeah, I had to drive for half an hour to go to the shopping centre, felt a little bit of twinges in my back starting to appear. If I focus and put my attention on them, they get worse. And it's so easy for us to divert our energy and our attention to stuff relating to cancer. And I think we just got to try and avoid doing that as much as possible. So we want to focus on the good things. You know, it's Monday morning. Today I got up, walked out my front door, the birds are singing, sit in my car. Before I start my engine, okay, I wind the window down, don't matter how cold it is, and I just spend a minute, 2 minutes, just listening to the birds singing. And how the feeling I get from that is just amazing. I just think, wow, the noise these things make, it's just beautiful, and it's like they're singing to me. You can hear them in the background now. It just starts my day off, and I think if I can start my day off in a positive like that, then just how good is it going to get? If that's the beginning of my day, at 5:30 in the morning, I'm already in this place where I've got this gratitude and appreciation, and I'm putting my attention on that. Then I drive to work and I tell myself how lucky I am. I tell myself how thankful I am for things, and I reel off a list of things that I'm grateful for, which is usually my wife and kids. And I've been saying I'm thankful it weren't frosty this morning, so I didn't have to clean the car. And it soon becomes really easy to find things that you're grateful for, and that just builds this real resilience inside of you. I think it's extremely powerful. So it's just another way of I think living life with cancer is we've just got to put our attention on the right things at the right time. And there will be times where it's really tough, and we have to try and hold it together, and it is tough. But the more things you can find in your life to almost, it's almost kind of like a worship of life itself. You know what? I'm so thankful that these birds are singing. I'm so thankful that the weather's like this. I'm so thankful. There's a list of stuff that I'm thankful for every morning, and it sets me up for a great day. I've had an injection today in my belly, which is I've actually been quite strange today. It's not hurting. I can feel it, but I'm not. I've told myself, yeah, okay, I'm expecting this thing to hurt. Okay, this is the hormone injection, and it usually takes about 48 hours to calm down, and I've just told myself it's going to hurt, so what? It is a part of what I'm going through, and I'm not going to change that. I can't change it. So I just run with it, but I don't put my attention on it. So several times in the van today in the ambulance, I've felt it hurting a little bit, and I've just decided that I'm not going to follow this. I'm going to divert my attention to something else. And of course, teaching people to drive ambulances is quite easy to divert your attention, because if I don't, they might do their best to try and kill me. So I'm trying to focus on that. But now I'm sitting in the car, I can feel it, but I'm not going to put my attention on it. I'm going to put my attention onto the fact that I feel really good everywhere else. So that's just a small part of my body that's hurting. The rest of me is absolutely fine. Okay. And that's what we've got to do. We just got to search for the things that are right and the things that are good, and we've got to keep believing, and we've got to keep and telling ourselves that we're okay, and we're going to get setbacks, and we just got to say these are just normal, just accept them, and keep living life to the full. Make every moment count. Enjoy it, and distract yourself from cancer. And I think cancer starts to worry and starts to believe that we're becoming too healthy for it to exist, because there is this definite link between the mind and the body. And I think the more our minds are focused on the positives and the good things in our life, I think then we stand a better chance. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say. I really hope it helps. I really hope it makes sense. So let me know. Please let me know in the comments. Thanks so much for people that are commenting, by the way. It's great, and I will reply. I said I'd reply to all of them. If I haven't replied from the last lot, I got through a few. I promise I will, and I will. It's just that I wanted to spend that quality time with my family. I've always got to make sure I do that, and you should too. So until the next time, keep being grateful, keep being positive, keep believing, and you can do it. Okay.